Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Kakadash, the apostles, and those great millstone for teaching us this truth, peace, and blessings to the hopes of Israel. Yahweh is the name of the Father in Hebrew, Ba'ashem is the name, and Yahushua is the name of the begotten Son. Back in our lesson, and as you see in the title, This Devil Gotta Go. Now, I got this quick video from the brother's channel, Arrows of Indignation 144. Brother's title says, listen up. Esau has fired all the inspectors with dairy and meats. Summer of 2025 will indeed be hot. So you're obviously going to see many problems arise, from this right here. I'm going to get a couple of these, or play a decent amount of this clip from Brother's channel. I'll get a article to go further into it.
No longer inspecting it. They're no longer inspecting milk or dairy products. Okay, as of Monday, they suspended the inspections of milk and other dairy products due to, check this out, the firing of 20,000 individuals from the Health and Human Services, which also houses the FDA, which is responsible for these inspections. So to help out with this, they're going to hire contractors to help the personnel that is still there. So instead of them just keeping the people that they hire, they're going to pay more money to.
So you see how that doesn't make sense right there. Why would they, then fire the people that are already working there that already know how to do that job, for them just to hire, other people to come in and do it for them? So you obviously see, something fishy, is going on. It's not adding up. And it's why you especially get within the scripture how the devil's not to be trusted.
Contractors to do these inspections. When that will happen, we have no idea. But I will advise anybody that's still drinking milk to not drink any milk.
For the safety and health of your family and friends, please do not skip through this video. Without proper QC testing in place, it's only a matter of time before people die. I'll try to keep this as short as possible. But the FDA, the Trump administration, RFK Jr. has rolled back a ton of QC testing. There's E. coli outbreaks throughout the country right now. Bird flu is still rampant. There's stuff going on that the news is not.
And that's also another point I wanted to bring up, because they have been alluding to something bigger, something worse than what took place back in 2020. So those lockdowns are most definitely coming back, and we've been saying that to the spirit power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Reporting the FDA is not allowed to tell you, then the CDC is not allowed to tell you. I'm going to tell you what's going on right now. This is important for the health and safety of you and your loved ones. First and foremost, the news is not reporting there is a deadly E. coli outbreak in 15 states right now. People are going to die. The FDA is not publicizing this because RFK Jr. and the Trump administration told them not to. This is serious. This is a serious outbreak. We've had outbreaks like this before, not as serious, that were a big deal all over the news. This is more serious. Someone's going to die. A couple people almost died. This is a big deal.
And I believe you also saw a problem, dealing with fast food with McDonald's. And I believe around that time they had like an event unfolding, or a collaboration to get people on board and lining up to get those burgers, whatever the case may be. But you see how they could also use the situation, as you see them firing a bunch of people in order to push out certain things, in order to take people out, whatever the case may be. And I'm trying to be careful with my words, stuff is, especially when we're speaking.
How did we get here?
This.
Well, I'm going to tell you how we got here. The FDA suspended food quality control checks. Essentially, they're saying we don't have the staff, we got cut, our funding got cut, our staff got cut, and we don't have the manpower to safety check your food anymore. The big one just yesterday, the FDA suspended milk quality control checks. All right, what child in this country doesn't drink milk? I'm a man of a certain age. I still drink milk. They suspended.
So you're obviously going to see, many problems, arise from this. And this is especially why, we need the Lord. And this is the article right here. Is the FDA milk quality testing program suspended after job cuts. This is the FDA is reportedly suspending a quality control program for testing of milk and other dairy products due to reductions in its food safety and nutrition division. According to Reuters, an internal email from the FDA's Division of Dairy Safety stated that the agency was suspending its proficiency testing program for grade A raw milk and finished products effective Monday. Now, I'll read the last bit right here. It says the suspension comes after the termination and departure of the 20,000 employees. As from the Department of Health and Human Services, which includes the FDA, as part of the Trump administration plans to shrink the federal workforce. So, once again, many problems are going to arise from this. And, going back to the title, this devil got to go. Because he has been wanting to, depop this place, for a good while now. And this could very well be, part of his plan. That's why you get 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, how we're ignorant of Satan's devices. In a lot of situations, like this right here, this devil, has his hand in it. As in Psalm 64:2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. Now, who is the wicked? Speaking of which, you get in Job 9:24, which I also got, which I'll get later on, but also go back to the book of Malachi, the first chapter, going to who that wicked is. Speaking of which is Esau, Edom, which is the so-called woman of the day. Now, it says Psalm 64:2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. So you have these devils who will, hold these meetings behind closed doors and, plan how to, take us out. They have, binders, full of their plans and things that they have been wanting to do. But now they're just begin to, get the ball rolling. This is why you also get in Psalm 17:13, hide me from the wicked, which is thy sword. And the Lord is especially going to be using this devil to take a lot of people out. Especially the wicked of our people, which you can also get Zechariah 3:8, how 2/3 are going to be cut off on this side. We're on top one time, Psalm 64:2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Because, they're obviously planning something. Because why would they fire people from fire the people that are working at the job just to then to hire other people to, come and do the same job, make it make sense. So obviously, something, is going on. And more so, we're especially speaking of Esau, Edom. So, this is Micah chapter 2, verse 10, and as we know, he's not to be trusted. So, this says right here, arise and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. So, it's not our kingdom, this is not our rulership. And yet, you still have many of our people want to reside within this place. Jacob is all right with the wickedness, the confusion that's being pushed, the constant rebellion against the ways of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shine. That's why you're going to have many of our wicked people be destroyed, along with this devil, man. Because Jake is joining hands, as you also see in Isaiah 31:3, how the trust in the shadow of Egypt be ashamed your confusion. Brothers, we're going to talk more time. Rising depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. And this devil is running this place into the ground. And just especially going to show who the wicked is, because he has the funds, he has the means to fix a lot of these problems that you see today. But he's not going to. Because he's the wicked. As a matter of fact, you get Isaiah 26 in the 10th verse. It goes how he can't learn righteousness, but he's accepted to be the bad guy. Hey, he's doing his job. And that's because it is polluted, shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. This is Revelation 11:18. And it says, the nations were angry, and the wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged. And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great. And this is the main point right here. And shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And hey, who's in power today? Ready to get Job 9:24. You can also get in Genesis 27-40. Go into Esau's blessing, which was the fatness of the soul, the fatness of the earth, as well as that sword, which actually I'll get real quick. I don't want to butcher it. I believe it goes the fatness of the earth, as well as sword. And it says Isaac, Jacob's father, blesses Esau with the prophet. Let's see. There we go. That was going to get the scripture right there. And it says, verse 39, Isaac his father answered and said to him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of dew heaven from above, and by thy sword shalt thou live. So it also goes further into what we brought up earlier, dealing with Psalms 17 and 13. You'll hide me from the wicked, which is thy sword. And that wicked being Esau, Edom. As well as we went to his blessing, which was the fatness of the earth, as well as his sword. Because Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. And we'll just bring this up for edification's sake. Prove it, by the way, the scriptures. This is Malachi chapter 1 verse 4, and it says, Whereas Edom say, We're impoverished, but we'll return and build desolate places, thus say the Lord of hosts. They shall build what I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. So, go show who that wicked is. Speaking of Esau, Edom, the people against whom Yahweh Shai hath indignation forever. As you can get in verse 3, and I hated Esau. And laid his mountains and heritage ways for this dragons out the wilderness, which you can also get in Isaiah 13. Go into his place will never be inhabited again. And get a couple more scriptures. It's not going to be a long list, just make an update, go into that video the brother posts on his channel. Because it's our duty to blow the trumpet. Which you get in, Psalms 58. Lift thy voice like a trumpet and spare not. Isaiah 62, how the Lord said a watchman, upon towers that hold not the peace day nor night. So the warnings being sent out. This is Ezekiel 4 and 13. And it says, And the Lord said, Even thus shall the children of Israel eat to defile the bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. And you already see many problems dealing with the food now. And this is just going to further, add on to it. And this is why we need the Lord bad. And why this stuff needs to be taken out? Because he is just destroying this place. And his main target is especially the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 10. And we'll shut this down from there. Now it says, Never trust thine enemy, for because iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So we need to be on our A game, on our toes, as in the scripture, we're to be circumspect, we're to be vigilant, being careful, wary. And especially as we get closer to the end of this place, man, because the devil's beginning to make his move. As you can also get in that scripture how, let's get that real quick. First Peter chapter 5, verse 8, and it says, Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as it were in line, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So we need to be, focused, man, keeping our eyes single. Because the devil's trying to take us out in every way possible. But that's the point right there. The Lord's most edifying. To close out and give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, and Shalom. See you next one. Lord's will.